Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news. I want to do wrestling news since I've done an NBA and NFL news. I'll probably do NASCAR news later after I recap WWE Raw, because I want to get this out for Monday Night Raw. Starts in like 20 minutes, so let's go into it. So Bobby Fish, he detailed his departure from AEW and whether or not he would return to the company. This is from Fightful Select. And he is loving his life on the independent circuit. As you know, he's on the independent circuit now before he's in NXT. He made his AEW debut in 2021. He reunited with his Undisputed Era member, Adam Cole, in August of 2022. Finished his contract when the company came to an end and they mutually agreed to part ways. And he commented on his departure, and as well as whether or not there were plans for an eventual Undisputed Era feud with the Elite. Either they were always something between the group of us. Some version of Adam, me, Kyle, Roddy, if he ever came available. And then there was Matt, Nick, who we already knew we had chemistry with, and Kenny and Adam are great foils for each other. And like there was just, the things that made sense. They made sense, and I think everybody, even without talking about, kind of knew where we were headed. He stated. So there was always plans of something between the group of Adam, Bobby, Kyle, and Roddy, if he were to ever come available, where they could have had a feud with the Elite, and the Elite and Kenny Omega. But that just never happened. Tony books the show, and I'm sure he had that long term as well. I believe he did. I can't speak for the man, but things happen. Variables get in the way, and sometimes, pro wrestling, sometimes things don't work out the way you play as a booker, and yada 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 and stuff like that. And he talks about potential return maybe to AEW. He's basically talking about what loves what he's doing right now on the independent scene. And if he's happy on the independent scene, then that's good for him. But why do I think he left AEW? It sounds like sounds like Bobby wanted more than they were willing to pay. Instead of taking less money than he wanted, he left, basically, in my opinion. But he would have gotten more money in TV time if he waited KOR's injury out, Kyle O'Reilly. I'm not going to devalue myself. I probably should. Anyways, how's that called with Triple H there, Mr. Fish? And a huge announcement, we have Mr. Tony Khan. Bobby Fish will not be returning. Be sure to watch AEW Dynamite this Wednesday at 8/7 Central. That's the same guy who thought he deserved a win over a newly returned CM Punk. Like, I really don't care, to be honest. I just don't think he's valuable in AEW. Why would they even want him? Like, Kyle O'Reilly and Strong are all you need. He was consistently the least cared in the Undisputed Era for a reason. He doesn't have charisma. So, yeah. So, Chris Statlander talked about the championship match that happened at Double or Nothing. TBS Championship, where she beat Jade Cargill. She said she wasn't sure if she deserved to beat Jade Cargill, but obviously she did. Jade Cargill's run its course. It probably wasn't the good way to enter a undefeated streak, but Chris Statlander's the best female in that women's division. I was nervous. I wasn't sure if I was the one that deserved to be the one to do. It's not just because of how much they built her up. She has incredible star power. She basically said she has such a presence to her. People want to see her. I was putting pressure on myself, but I was sure about Chris before she was injured. She was my favorite to win, and they both make that argument. They both have star power, and I think she was going to win the title before she got hurt. So this makes a lot of sense when she won. So she was definitely the one who deserved to beat her. I mean, I wish they'd build it up, but she definitely deserves it. She's going to have a good reign with the TBS title. Jim Ross. He says he would like to see Powerhouse Hobbs and Wardlow on TV more consistently. I agree with Hobbs. I mean, I don't care so much about Wardlow anymore. He's kind of just lost all the momentum. But just get Hobbs away from QT Marshall. Like, he's just QT Marshall is just. I don't care for QT Marshall, but same. I want to see these two. At least Powerhouse Hobbs on TV more. And Wardlow is on the show now. It has started being consistent. But I agree, but not against each other. But TK fumbled the bag on both guys. But everyone would, but Tony Khan seems to not want to. So Rhea Ripley, she said her knee always pops out in matches. Quote, it's a recurring thing. Well, that's not good. She might need to get that looked at. Whether she drops the title, it's kind of a real issue. Because it could be very serious, but I feel like she already has, but they'd be super strict with injuries, and if she wasn't fine and trying to hide it, she won't be putting it on the internet. WWE superstars are to have through physicals every month, and they would have told her she can't wrestle, so. But that's kind of an issue, though. It's kind of a slow news day, but she'll most likely have to get that looked at, but I feel like she already has, and I feel like if WWE knew about that, they wouldn't have her as a champion. But it happens all the time. But she said she's been dealing with it since she played soccer in high school, so maybe it's just a slow news day, but I don't know. So Tay Mello and Sammy Guevara, they're having a baby. So they had their announcement on the flashcard thing Sammy Guevara shows, and she talked about it. She said that she thought the crowd might boo their announcement at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. But at least it was a big moment for them. I'm glad the fans cheered, because I didn't think they would. I felt they wouldn't boo the baby announcement, just them. It's really sad that she felt that way, but I'm glad the fans were able to see past booing the character and celebrating for their real life. But I don't think they would boo pregnancy. So Matt Hardy talked about CM Punk's return. Obviously, he'll be returning at AEW Collision, and he basically talked about it'll be interesting to see how the crowds react to him, and his return's a big deal. His first return was a massive deal. This, I guess, return isn't nearly as big, but I still think it'll be a draw, and it'll be talked about. I don't know. It's either gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be full cheers because it's in his hometown. So I don't think it'll be boo. Andrade El Idolo is advertised to compete at a 6/15 event in Mexico, June 15th event in Mexico. So that tells me Andrade El Idolo is nearing his return. But there was a return, so they're gonna have more on his return and something that was supposed to happen in AEW and it didn't happen. Maybe he's on vacation as of now. So WWE, they've announced a multi-year partnership with Twitch. So that, I think it's a W. So WWE is basically now announced a multi-year partnership with Twitch. So that's some good news. I remember WWE wrestlers couldn't stream on Twitch, but they've now announced a multi-year partnership. So it'll be the return of the official WWE channel, popular WWE Superstar channels featuring live and exclusive content for WWE. As a part of the deal, they'll debut a sidecast to WWE Raw. The weekly viewing experience will be led by a rotating cast of hosts and will regularly feature appearances by WWE Superstars, unique and exclusive content such as backstage interviews and more. And WWE announced the deal. And viewers can stream the sidecast live every Monday beginning at 8 p.m. Eastern Time via twitch.tv WWE or the Twitch app. So they basically they told this announcement, which I think is good. Give them some behind the scenes stuff. So it's a multi-year partnership, and WWE even confirmed Fightful Select's report from April. Sean Ross Sapp, he talked about this from April, and it's officially happened. So Fightful Select wins again. WWE SummerSlam at Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan at 7:30 p.m. August 5th. Available tickets, 4,373 tickets are available. There's 40,231 tickets already distributed and 44,604 current setup. So, already 40K sold. I reckon they'll easily cross 45K off. There's a lot of tickets already sold. 40,000 already in this event. That doesn't happen until August 5th. So Lacey Evans had some criticism of her new attire, basically copying Sergeant Slaughter, and she basically responded to the criticism of her new attire. I hope the response is retirement for Lacey Evans. I feel like she does this every 3 months. She'll lose a match and then she'll disappear and come back. Like, oh yeah, for real, she was still around, and they should have never changed what she had before. Should have just kept her in catering. This is literally forced. I mean, she's not good. I mean, come on. So Bryan Danielson, he has challenged Okada at New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. Okada says the quote, "Forbidden door will be open." So that's good. You finally get to see the Rainmaker and Bryan Danielson. That's going to be a great match. But imagine Okada, Omega versus Moxley and Danielson. It's happening. It's going to happen. And this all sounds like the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club are going to get him dragged in as well. So, hell yes. Give me my money. Or I'll give you all my money, AEW, for that. So Seth Rollins has had some movie roles, but WWE's, it's like minor movie roles, but WWE's not worried about them. So they've pretty much worked around it, because why would WWE be concerned about their champion missing from TV? But he's only missed 2 weeks, though, like, in which they put him basically in interviews, so at least he's not off TV, so at least he's doing interviews like Roman Reigns. Marvel Select has learned that Tony Khan had a big part in putting together the AEW Double or Nothing Blackjack Battle Royal. Several night matches that he specifically has a knack for putting together Battle Royal matches. Well, if that's the case, never let him cook in a Battle Royal again. Well, it makes the closing stretch between two wrestlers good, but like relationships, alliances, like boiling over. But I don't know. It was probably the best Battle Royal AEW's done so far, so I'll take that back. He's done a good job, at least in my opinion. Cody Rhodes is set to appear on Miz TV on WWE Raw on June 5th. Why is Cody... Oh yeah, Cody's on Raw. I thought he was on SmackDown. But yeah, he got drafted to Raw. Yeah, but they managed to come up with a segment worse than the weigh-in thing. All WWE knows how to write is goddamn talk shows. What's he gonna talk about? Ooh, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, but WWE SmackDown draws over 2.4 million viewers on the June 2nd in the preliminary numbers, which means it will only be higher on Monday. The celebration, the Bloodline story in general, still fucking works. Because that Bloodline storyline's been so unbelievable. WWE requests a new date for their hearing in the ongoing MLW lawsuit. So yeah, they still have that ongoing lawsuit. They filed for a motion on June 2nd, 2023, requesting that their impending hearing for the lawsuit be pushed from June 15 to July 20th. So they're pushing from the 15th, which is 10 days from now, to July 20th next month to see if they get this pushed back, which they probably could. But yeah, that's really all to say for this video, so until next time, out a lot. Peace.